Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you first year. Welcome to FSEC's online support program. I am Mrs. Nusrat Rahim Afridi, your English teacher from Army Public School and College, Potohar Complex, Islamabad, Boys Wings. Today we are starting Unit 1.2 of your prescribed English textbook titled as First Year at Harrow, which is written by W.S. Churchill. Before we start First Year at Harrow, let me tell you a few things about the author. His full name was Sir Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill. Churchill was a famous British statesman, orator, and author who became the British Prime Minister twice. Churchill remained the British Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945 and from 1951 to 1955. As the British Prime Minister, he rallied the British people during World War II and led his country from the brink of defeat to victory. In First Year at Harrow, which we are going to start now, Churchill relates his experiences at the famous public school Harrow. Churchill never liked examinations. Examinations were a great trial to him. He would have liked to have been examined in history, poetry, and writing essays. Now the synopsis or the summary, First Year at Harrow. In this essay, the writer has explained the place of examinations in the life of a student and the choice of the right subjects. He tells that he never liked examinations because he could not perform well in the examinations. He tells that examiner asks the questions he could not produce a satisfactory answer for. In the entrance examination at Harrow, the author got 0 marks in Latin paper. He just wrote his name and returned the empty answer sheet back. The headmaster, Mr. Weldon, however, let him be admitted at Harrow. It was both surprising and pleasant for the author. The writer narrates that he was only 2 from the bottom of the merit list of admissions. While clever boys went for Latin and Greek because in that time these subjects were most important, he was taught English because of his apparent inability to study Latin and Greek. The author worked hard and got good grades in English. His English teacher, Mr. Somervell, taught him English thoroughly in an effective way. He surpassed all grammar rules and English prose. He had a long-term advantage over the clever boys. They had to improve their English later when they were in their jobs. The author is not sad for having not learned Latin and Greek. He says that he would whip those boys for not knowing English. What is the purpose of the story? What does its author Churchill want to convey to his readers? Listen to me carefully. Churchill rightly describes the significance of learning English language, which has become important on national and international levels. He says that Greek and Latin are classical languages in this modern age. It is necessary to learn English to earn a living. First of all the students should learn English, and then the brilliant students should be allowed to learn these classical languages, Latin and Greek, on their own choice. This is what its author Churchill is conveying to his readers in his story, First Year at Harrow. The desired learning objectives at the end of the completion of this story are to enable students to, number one, understand the significance of learning English language. Number two, understand the fact that to earn a living, English is a necessity. Number three, understand that other languages such as Greek and Latin are good to learn, but it all depends on the interest of the individual. Number four, understand that the main thing that individuals should always strive to expand their knowledge of not only languages but anything that piques their interest. And the last, understand that the writer of the story, Churchill, disliked examinations, but his interest in learning English catapulted him to move forward in life and eventually becoming the British Prime Minister. In first year at Harrow, many new words have been used. Learning the meanings of these new words is inevitable for you. For your ease and comfort, I have selected some of the difficult new words and written their meanings in front of them. Number one is scarcely. Scarcely means which is almost not or limited, only just. Number two, inhospitable, which is about an environment that is harsh and difficult to live in. Number three, destined, which is about a person's future, regarded as developing as though according to a pre-existing plan. Number four, invariably, in every case or on every occasion, always. Number five, fancied, feel a desire or liking for. Number six, prevailed, prove more powerful or superior. Number seven, sought, which is the past tense of seek, which means to find or to discover. Number eight, discernment, the ability to judge well. Number nine, smudged, to cause something to become messily smeared by rubbing it. Number 10, gazed, which means to look steadily and intently, especially in admiration, surprise, or thought. In continuation with the words and their meanings used in the lesson first year at Harrow, I am telling you the meaning of the word spectacle, which means visually striking performance or display. Manifestation, the action or fact of showing something. Consequence, a result or effect, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. Unpretentious, not attempting to impress others with an appearance of greater importance, talent, or culture than is actually possessed. Splendid. The meaning of this word is magnificent or very impressive. Dunces. A person who is slow at learning, a stupid person. Parsing is a grammatical structure which means to resolve a sentence into its component parts and describe their syntactic roles. Clauses, a unit of grammatical organization next below the sentence in rank and in traditional grammar, said to consist of a subject and predicate. Pity. The meaning of this word is the essence of something. Epigram, a pithy saying or a wise saying or remark expressing an idea in a clever and amusing way. Whip, a strip of leather or length of cord fastened to a handle used for flogging or beating a person or for urging on an animal. I hope that everyone has understood the story well and the significant message conveyed in it. First year, don't hesitate to ask any questions if there is any confusion. I wish you a very good day and I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. Goodbye till now.